Hello viewers and welcome to another episode of Drink Deep and Descend. In the previous episode, I was telling the story of the foundation of Union, but, right now, the Union has not yet been formed. Its core ideal, to prevent the fall at all cost, has not quite fully solidified yet, and it has not grown into the titanic polity it is today. However, slowly but surely, it will reach there. Lich, would you please? As Union was being built up, Democratic representatives from the United Communities of Cradle, the new name for Earth, formed the Central Committee of Union, the First Committee, or First Com for short. With everyone united as one, Union began its first task, healing Cradle and the people living on it. All technologies within the massive vaults were given freely to the people. Some came too late to save the old humanity, some were kept by their owners that sought to save, or worse, enrich themselves. Union have no such delusion of greed and irrationality, and with time and effort, Union was able to build a civilization of humanity on Cradle that can coexist with the environment. Slowly, humanity grew in number as their life prospered from the sheer wealth of technologies and knowledge within the vault. Clean energy powered the city, reliable network connected the continents, and advancement in medicine ensures no one will live a short life again. Most important of all, humanity could learn about its past. Through the vault, historians were able to rediscover much about the fall, and, the 10. The news of humanity not being alone, that there could be others living in distant stars, sent the Union into action. With approval from the First Com, Union began its space program. Satellites, space stations, and shipyards that have remained in orbit for millennia were recovered. Ancient colonies on distant planets and moons, once the proud examples of human achievements, were found to have become catacomb for millions of mummified corpses. Ancient star charts, used to plot the course of the 10 through the deep space, were rediscovered, and old telescopes and communication towers, preserved in deep ice on high places across the globe were reactivated. With everything set, Union pointed all ears towards the stars, and waited for a signal.
The instant later on the device, Union heard the cry of all humanity. Thousands, millions, billions, the number didn't matter. Every single message they heard was a cry for help. These messages from the long dead, revealing through the cold darkness of space for millennia, garbled into haunting sounds from being torn apart by radiation. This is the voice of all humanity, playing in an endless loop for any survivor to hear. This is the last of the 3 great promises.
After sobering from such horrifying events, First Com answered those messages back. Nobody was possibly left to hear it, but it didn't mean the First Com won't do a damn thing about it. Old shipyards were refurbished, constructing and launching the very first of the near-light vessels, capable of reaching distant stars far faster than the ancient sublight drive the 10 used. These vessels were sent on the ancient star paths taken by the 10, to search either for their civilizations, or survivors. The construction of such powerful vessels would demand new industry, new technologies, and skilled manpower. Expansion within the Sol system took place rapidly, as people repopulate both ancient and new colonies throughout the system, and expeditions were mounted to scout and colonize even the furthest of moons and planets. It was only a matter of time before Union discovered, or rediscovered, the Oracle Chorus installation. Hidden beneath the polar ice cap of Mars, was the greatest achievement of old humanity, the 5 voices. Command, Muse, Impetus, Burden, and Watcher, the 5 voices are sovereign-class bicameral minds, artificial intelligence held in metafold blink space pockets. You do not need to understand a single word of what I just said, the only thing you need to know, is that the 5 voices can see the future. Near-perfect simulation of the galaxy could be run by the 5 voices in orders of magnitude faster than real life, effectively allowing Union to read the future and pick the right course for the perfect timeline. The further the timeline goes, the higher the possibility of predictive errors. But even with such flaws, it was more than enough for Union's goal. This later formed the foundation of forecast, galactic simulation, otherwise known as GALSIM. With the precognitive power of the 5 voices, Union could plot new star charts, for new colony ships to follow on. The dreams of building new homes on distant stars, are no longer merely a dream. Waves and waves of colony ships were soon launched, slowly but surely reaching their destination, seeding human life on new worlds, ensuring the survival of human races even if Cradle falls again. This was the Union's answer. They cannot bring the dead back home, but they can choke the stars with the living. The first expansion period has begun.